Kathy Smith. Now, one question I get asked over and over again is it possible to have flat abs? My answer is always the same. It certainly is if you follow these 3 steps. So first of all, you have to train the muscles. Now, when it comes to the abdominals, you have different sets of muscles. So let's start with the rectus abdominis. They flow from your rib cage to your pelvis, and those are your crunching muscles, and that's what gives you the six-pack abs. Then we go to our obliques, internal and external, and they run along your waistline, and those are your twisting muscles. And those are the ones that whenever you do twisting motions, you use your obliques. The last set of muscles, and what I consider the posture muscles, are called your transverse abdominis. They go across your body, and think of those as like your built-in Spanx. Those are the ones that keep your belly in, and those are the ones you have to use when you're putting on your tightest pair of blue jeans and you don't want to pinch yourself. Those are your transverse muscles. Now look what happens when I'm not engaging my transverse muscles. I'm going to turn sideways and just show you. If I'm just letting them all hang out here, I get a little like belly. And what happens, it puts pressure on my lower back, and look at my posture. But once again, I start to engage those muscles even when I'm standing. So you don't have to be down on the floor to be working your abdominals. The second thing you need to do, once you work the muscles, now we have to burn off the fat. You have 2 types of fat, subcutaneous, which is underneath your skin, and something called visceral fat, which is marbled through your organs and through your muscles. The best way to get rid of both kinds is to do cardio training, aerobic training. But you want to think about doing interval aerobic training, which means you're going to do bursts of high intensity working out, and then you're going to pull it back to a steady state. You're going to burst and pull back. And this interval training or burst training is something that is really going to help burn the fat around the belly. The last thing, and probably the most important thing you have to do, is watch what goes in your mouth. So remember, calories count, and you want to make sure that you're having a good source of protein, lots of vegetables, some fruit, and staying away from refined carbohydrates and stay away from the sugar. And while you're at it, think about your drink. When you go through the day, don't be drinking those sugary, carbonated beverages, but instead, just fill up with water.